Hello and welcome to Race Space. Tonight we are doing a special event, the Race of Nations. And we've got our drivers here in the lobby all ready to go with their thumbs up. It's nice to see all those green thumbs ready to go. Joining me on the stream tonight is Ratek. How's it going, man?
How's it going, man? Yeah, looking forward to this.
Good, good. And for anyone that doesn't know, I'm K9. And I think we are ready to go now. So just giving guys time to grab the links, send them off to their communities or their friends. And then we will get going. So I think it's going to be an interesting race today. For anyone that doesn't know how it works here, is nobody knew the car or track apart from myself and Ratek, who aren't racing tonight. They've just been thrown into it right now, and they're going to see what they can do. The setups are on force default, so there's no tuning. It is just man and machine. Let's get going.
Yeah,
So I'm pretty keen to see how the guys do here.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who can adapt to the car straight away. Obviously, it's not a car that everybody uses, especially on a circuit format.
It's definitely different. It's not quite rallycross, but it's kind of like this kind of a race is almost like it's like a touring car race, but like in battle format. It's like a touring car race mixed with rallycross to a point. And it's got some interesting little turns on it that could catch people. And it's got a nice turn where we might see some guys doing some handbrakes, so that'll be cool to see.
Yeah, definitely.
So we can see it's quite a full grid here for this small track. We've got 10 drivers. So for anyone that doesn't know the lineup, we've got Berries there at the front. He is in Team South Africa. Those are the two yellowy green color cars there up front. Then we got I think that's Uncharted Halo at the front there in that blue car with his teammate directly behind him in the orange car. They are Team Europe tonight. Rock we've done. So Tarmac is in that orange car. Kenny and Dusty in the white and red and white and blue car with the same liveries. They are Team UK. We've got Kento joining Team Italy with Matsutsi there in the back of the pack. Those are the silver cars with red stripes with the black. The fully black cars with the small stripes on them. With I think one is blue stripe and one is red stripe. That is Motormouth and Rainmeister. They are Team Rest of World. And I think that is everybody. We can see Dusty way at the back there. I wonder if his rallycross is going to pay off. We know he's quite a skilled rallycross driver. So I wonder if that will help him here in this type of race.
Yeah, I think he likes a car that moves around underneath him, doesn't he? He likes a loose car even on track setup. So that it might favour him a little bit, but being at the back of the grid, he's got a lot of cars to get past.
Definitely. I think there's going to be a lot of action here on the first few turns. Definitely. With such a tight grid here.
Engines are revving.
Almost looks like one of the guys jumped there.
I think Berries jumped.
That was a jump start. Berries is out.
Yeah,
that was a jump start. So we got Uncharted Halo leading the pack here now for Team Europe. Second place Team Europe as well with Tarmac. So he goes quite wide there, not really looking to use any handbrake. Got some guys crashed there in the background by the looks of things. I think we got Motormouth and Rainmeister coming out of there with a bit of an accident. But there's 2 more races to go in these cars on this track, so I'm sure as the night goes on, these guys are going to get much more comfortable in the cars. But you can just see Uncharted with a big lead there.
He looks comfortable in that car as well, doesn't he? He looks like he's...
His teammate running wide, he just clips Kenny, but Kenny recovers. Kenny just trying to close that gap there. We know Kenny is strong from what we've seen in race space. He's always up there in the front no matter what we race. I think he's currently leading the Rally Fighters Championship in the supercars for Rallycross. He does know his way around a rallycross car.
Always one that can jump in any car and always be quick as well as Kenny, and he's one of them
Even
very
Matsutsi,
adaptable drivers.
We can see he's in third. Matsutsi, very quick, but he tends to give it everything, and sometimes it doesn't pay off for him. We've seen him win it a few times out the race, but he's definitely always up there with the fastest lap times, no doubt. So he is in third now for Team Italy. Nice full send there. You can see the smoke coming off the car.
Yeah, definitely. That's I think how these cars want to be driven most of the time, isn't it?
Dusty there, he's doing well to have got up to fourth place from the back where we saw him earlier. We got Rock in fifth. So Rock hasn't been in a rallycross car for a while. He joined us the first season of Rally Fighters in the Supers. He's not a big fan of the rallycross class, but this obviously isn't the rallycross track, so he's putting that car to work. He's doing a decent job there. More smoke there from Matsutsi. He's really giving it a send, but that's allowed Dusty to catch up to him now.
Dusty's had a good run through the pack, hasn't he? Because remember, he started on the back of the grid, so he's managed to work his way.
Matsutsi there, just running it quite wide into the grass there. Looking good there from Kenny as well. He's got good control around that corner. Let's see what is happening a little bit further. Ooh, wait, we got a move here coming. I think Dusty's looking to make a pass.
He's definitely eyeing up the Italian.
Matsutsi again.
Yeah.
I think Matsutsi might be winning the style points competition here tonight. It's definitely lighting it up there. Ooh, Dusty runs it super wide though. Rock following him there as well. So that's given Matsutsi a little bit of a gap. Let's see where Kento is. Kento, he is on the back of Rock now. We got Motormouth up into 7th, so he's done a good job to make an overtake or two. Tarmac there has dropped back. He was in the front near the beginning, must have had an accident. I think he was the one who spun into Kenny earlier. He's just having a bit of a hard time getting that car under control. It's not the easiest of cars. You've got to kind of drive it on the limit, but in doing so you risk spinning it quite often. Rainmaster there, he is also just struggling a little bit. But there's Kenny now closing down on the leader. Uncharted still managing to hold on to that lead for now.
Yeah, it's close between them two, but Uncharted doing enough to fend off Kenny at the moment, which is, I mean, like, we don't know the history of these.
Just see them, it's bumper to bumper now.
Yeah, it's tight, there's a bit of drift going on.
Mega send there, but I think Kenny comes out of that the worst, so that's given Uncharted a little bit of a gap now to work with. So Matsutsi up to 2nd, Kenny drops down to 4th, and we got Dusty up into 3rd. Remember, Dusty also made that mistake earlier when he was on the back of Matsutsi.
I think these cars, they definitely move around underneath on the circuit mode, don't they?
And great overtake there from Dusty. Just gets up the inside of Matsutsi.
Yeah. He's looking strong.
Yeah, these cars can be very twitchy, and I think the thing is Matsutsi's been lighting it up every lap, so he's going to start suffering with his tire management.
I think
he ran out of fuel. I think he was heavy-footed. I think he might have ran out of fuel here. We know that if you don't drive these cars carefully, you can run out of fuel here. We did do a few tests. We never ourselves ran out of fuel, but we came very close, and I think that might have been what happened there. He came to a stop, didn't move, so that's unfortunate for him.
Yeah, definitely is.
He was doing very well, so that is a win by Uncharted. He goes on to win for Team Europe in the first race. Dusty for Team UK in 2nd, Team UK in 3rd with Kenny, Team South Africa with Rock coming in 4th place, so he does a good job considering his teammate jumped the start with Berries unable to take part in that race. It's a pretty decent show from the guys. I think it's only going to get better as the guys get more comfortable with those cars. Don't you think that will be the case?
That's going to be the first test for them, and to get a feel for the car. People are going to get a lot stronger throughout the races, aren't they now? It's going to be
definitely. And it's one of those cars. It's not the hardest car to drive, and but it can catch you because you can drive it like right on that limit, like right on the borderline of losing control. But obviously Matt Sutsy giving us all a show. I'm quite impressed with that performance. It is it's my style of driving.
It definitely is. But I think you'll see a big change from Matt Sutsy's style of driving in this next one.
I think he'll calm it down a bit. If he ran out of fuel like we think, he's going to have to start thinking on how to get through the race.
And of course, you're going to have Berries back in the situation this time. I'm sure he's not going to jump the next start. He's
probably not. I would say my money would be on him not jumping again.
Yeah, he has commented on the live stream saying that he is tonight's biggest idiot, which is a bit strong.
We haven't handed that award out yet. We've got a lot more races to go. Biggest idiot award will be at the end.
It could be even me or you, Kyle.
Yeah, it's probably going to be a commentator.
So yeah, already on to race 2. This is.
So I think a lot of the guys now, they'll be a bit more comfortable in the cars. They're probably going to take it a bit easier. And I'm sure we might see a bit closer racing now.
Of course, with the...
So this is the second race of the night. There's 4 races. First 3 are these are the race space race of nation races, where every team is representing a country or continent. And we are into the second of 3 races for those. The 4th race tonight is an intercommunity race where we will be racing along with 2 other communities with 4-man teams. It will be a completely different car and a completely different track, so nobody will know what is coming until they get in that lobby. So that should also be very interesting. It's also going to be a bit of a longer race to these sprint ones. So let's see how it goes. I think we are in for a good night of racing here.
Yeah, definitely will. And especially with the mixed random grid draw that they... is thrown in
there's no qualifying, so it's throwing people all around. We can see Tarmac now up front. We got Rock up front with him. Kenny is in 3rd, so he got a good draw there. Dusty, a much better draw than the last one.
See the one.
Doesn't look like anyone jumped there, so that's good.
No.
So very tough there. I can see Rock came out of there in front, but him and I think it was Tarmac came together. They've disappeared off track now, so I reckon they've spun out somewhere. So unlucky for them, but that's allowed Dusty now to get through. He takes that turn super tight, and he gets a great drive out of there. So he's already starting to gap the guys.
Runs a little wide though. He's run out onto the dirt.
They all run it a little wide there. He struggles there, so Kenny's going to get out in front of him. It is his teammate, so I don't think he's too worried about it. He does have Matsuzi though.
Yeah.
And Berries. Berries now in the mix there.
Matsuzi's still with that.
Matsuzi is clean past, but Berry's looking. Is he going to try a move here? It looks like he might try cut back up on the inside, but people cut up on the inside of him. So it's
a little bit
a lot of action here. It's hard to keep up with all these position changes.
See Dusty's car coming off quite.
But Sutsy hasn't learned from his previous mistake. He is sending it there. Uncharted up into 3rd place, so he's done a good job now. Rainmeister up into 4th, so good job from him.
He's having a lot better run this time, Rainmeister.
Rainmeister into third now because Uncharted ran it wide there. But Kenny is just pulling a gap now, so unless he makes a mistake on his own, I think Kenny might take this one. But in the background there, check Matsutsi.
Still got it lit up. He hasn't. He's not in fuel saving mode yet, is he?
You can see nobody else sending it like Matsutsi there.
Is that Kento there?
Kento's stuck on the corner there. Not sure if he's disconnecting or what's going on there because his tires or wheels look like they're turning. He might be a disconnect.
Yeah. Back up in the
Kenny
front.
there winning with no cars around. Matsutsi also chasing him down there. Full send. Watch him do it again. He runs it wide though with his send. That's a very wide drift there.
But even controlling the drift on the grass, so...
That was still impressive to watch. Still impressive. Uncharted though, he's on a run there. He is doing well. Motormouth up into fourth, so great job from him. He has Dusty hunting him down, so he's ahead of Dusty. We know what a good start Dusty had. Dusty up the inside. Is it enough? I think it is. Dusty into fourth, Motormouth into fifth. Berry's hunting down Motormouth now. I think he might get past here. He does.
Not really outside of him. It's a good
So
move there by Berry's.
Good move there from Berry's. He's looking very comfortable in the car considering he missed that first race. Tarmac off to a great start at the beginning, but things just didn't go his way, and he's obviously picked up some damage. It's dropped him down to the back here. Rock also, remember it was the two of them I think came together at the start, so they have to struggle a bit here. Rainmeister looks like he's also got into a bit of a tussle there, and his car looks a bit battered.
Oh, he's
and
looks
that's
like
turning too early.
Yeah, I think he got out on the car on the curb, and that unsettled him. And you can see it just swung the car into that wall. But
good technique, just done too early. You like to see a full send around that turn. Kenny doing a good job there, very nice and clean through that section. Matsutsi looks like he's calmed down on that corner. He might have checked his fuel out. He might be a bit more cautious now.
Yeah, well, them guys are on to lap 8, so getting on to lap 9 and 10, that's where the fuel is really getting down low.
It's where you start to panic, because these cars don't actually carry that much fuel either, and they don't use that much. So you start looking at it about now and you go, am I going to make it? Am I going to make it? Sometimes you don't, if you're too heavy-footed.
Good battle here. You got Uncharted, and Dusty just goes up the inside of him.
Dusty going for the overtake there, and he sticks it. So he's through. Now Uncharted has to face off with Berries if Berries can keep the chase on. So Dusty doing good here to make the moves, and you can see they've caught up to Matsutsi. So I reckon Matsutsi's backed off here. I think he's panicking with the fuel most likely, because he doesn't look like he's got any damage.
Yeah, it's a fine balance between backing off too much, but he just got unsettled in the braking zone.
He loses it there. Oh, he's retired. I wonder if that's fuel again, or if he just isn't managing the tires properly. So that means Dusty up into second, Uncharted in third, Berries in fourth as they go on to the 10th lap. So is Berries going to try and overtake here? He's going around the outside again, but it's too far on the outside, I think, so he's not going to make it unless Uncharted makes a mistake. And I don't think he will, so it's Kenny in first, Dusty in second, Uncharted third, Berries fourth. Tarmac is going to take fifth place. Motormouth coming for sixth place there. These guys might have been lapped already, they're going so slow there. I think they could have been lapped. That'll be why they only did the 9 laps.
Yeah. So.
I think they've crashed a few times, and that allowed the guys to catch up to them. I'm just screenshotting that for later when we do some point calculations. My math's not that great, so that might be a story into itself. So on to the third and final race of this Race of Nations part of tonight's event. All the teams are the same. I'm just double checking nobody disconnected from the lobby. I see Kento is back.
He's just in the... Oh, he's transferred straight into the right livery, so that's good.
Yeah, it's all looking good.
I did know he was in a bit of a panic because his PlayStation actually crashed, so he was frantically rebooting it and getting it back out.
That's not good. Alright, so we are loading now into the third race. It has been quite it's been quite epic actually. There's been a lot of overtakes, there's a lot of action to follow. We've probably missed some of the action, to be honest. There's been so much of it.
Yeah, it's how you find, isn't it? You got the camera pointing at one direction, and then there's major.
There's about 10 things going on in the background.
Yeah.
One thing I have really enjoyed though is Matsutzi's full sends, but he hasn't finished a race tonight, so he needs to finish.
So Kento on pole there. He's
Kento on pole, Dusty in second, Tarmac is in third. So remember, he's had a bit of a struggle the last 2 races, so that might help him out if he can just get away from the pack a little bit, not get in any accidents. And we got Kenny Shep there is 4th, Motormouth in 5th, Barry's 6th, Rock 7th, Rainmaster 8th, 9th, Uncharted, and 10th Matsutzi. So Matsutzi's got his work cut out for him here.
Kento's steering wheel, I don't think, connected, so he's left on the line.
So he doesn't even pull off the line. That's not good news for him. Dusty, on the other hand, he breaks free in first place. Kenny in second. Barry's right on their tail in third. So I think that's going to be a good fight. If they can stop from crashing, they will definitely fight it out. These are 3 very fast guys in our community. Matsutzi obviously always sending it to the fullest. It's my kind of style driver. He just does it much better than I do usually. But he is on their tail. Tarmac is still in this race in 5th place, so I'm glad that he has got his car on the track still in one piece.
Oh, Uncharted got
in 6th. That's Matsutzi.
Yeah.
Just sending it a bit too much into that corner, I think. That allowed Uncharted through and Rainmeister. So Rainmeister just runs it wide there, but he did a good job up into that point to catch these guys.
Uncharted having a strong evening in these cars. He's had some top results.
He's had some very good runs. I mean, he won that first one.
Yeah.
At least I think he did. My memory's not so good.
Won the first one and was 3rd in the second one. So.
Yeah. You just see a good battle there between Matsutzi and Rainmeister. There's also a battle up front between Kenny and Barry's. Now these guys, they've been teammates a few times in some of our series. They've been rivals. They've always fought against each other for our championships. So they always have a good battle on track.
See,
a bit more sideways for Kenny there, so Barry's just goes into the back of him.
Just had a little nudge, little love tap as we say, but nothing untoward there.
It's just to remind him that he's there, you know?
Yeah. If looking in your mirrors isn't enough, I'll give you a nudge.
And Uncharted and Matsutzi. So Matsutzi is past Rainmeister and Uncharted, and did they overtake someone else there? I thought I saw a 3rd car.
And,
no, they were lapping. Sorry, on Tarmac, maybe.
Yeah.
Or are they? No, Tarmac is up in the fight. Wow, there's action everywhere here, guys. I'm getting... Okay, so Uncharted is in 4th, Matsutsi in 5th. So Tarmac is in 6th. He's ahead of Rainmeister, so he's up in the fight now.
This is definitely how you want cars on track, and it not spread out everywhere. Really, this is
definitely. There's so much going on here, and it's within a few cars lengths of each other. You can see Uncharted goes on that inside line, but Matsutsi cuts back.
Trying to get the switch back.
Move there.
Don't think he's got quite the run coming out the corner. Probably scrubbed a little bit too much speed up.
But he's sending it everywhere. Look at that smoke.
You can definitely see his intentions in the car. The attitude of the car is moving around a lot. He's in full tack.
He's in full rallycross mode, Matsutsi. Yeah. He is like he's driving a supercar. Whether it's going to work, I don't know, but that is a performance I like to see.
In the heat of battle like that, I'm sure he's forgetting about fuel saving strategy.
And Barry's right on the tail of Kenny, so great battle here for 2nd place as well. You can just see Dusty catching up to some back markers there, so Dusty has got a good lead here. Unless he comes in contact with those back markers, I don't think he'll lose this one. He's usually quite consistent.
As you say, he seems to have checked out at the moment, doesn't he? He's up in front, keeping it smooth.
Dusty is also one of those guys. He's got quite a lot of the world's fastest lap times in project cars, especially on the rallycross. Every time we do a rallycross track, he goes through his checklist and he ticks it off and sets the world's fastest time. So he is definitely one of the quick guys. You can just see the 2nd and 3rd place guys coming up on the back marker there. They get through cleanly, but they're still battling each other on the 9th lap. So heading towards the last lap. Let's see what happened here with Uncharted. He seems to have got a bit more of a gap, maybe, on the car that was behind. I thought they were a bit closer before. Matsutsi's still sending it. I hope he has enough fuel to finish. Just see Rainmeister. He must have been battling it out with Tarmac, because he was ahead for a second, but he ran it wide, and Tarmac is up into 6th. Motormouth, some damage there. He is in 7th, and Rock. Where is Rock on the track? Also with quite a bit of damage. He is in 8th. That's Dusty showing off. He goes over the line backwards.
Oh, right.
So he finishes the race backwards. Kenny is in 2nd. Barry's got 3rd. Uncharted also sends it backwards. 4th place. Good showing for Uncharted. Tarmac just sends it through the grass. He full send. He doesn't stick to track limits. We got who is that in the black car? That must be Rainmeister. So a lot of the guys sending it backwards there with that final race completed. So that was very entertaining.
I was going to say, it looked like they're just starting to enjoy it now.
Yeah. We'll have to do it another time. But anyways, so that is the first 3 races of tonight. The nations part of the event done. We are going to start up soon with the Intercommunity event. I will pop into the driver briefing quickly and make sure that everybody is sorted there. Ratek will keep you guys company on the stream until that is sorted. I will be back in a moment.
Okay, man. So yeah, I'll just waffle on, keep you guys semi-entertained until we got some more racing going on. But they were just 3 short sprint races there going on. It's something that we always find entertaining. It's not always in that car choice. We've used many different cars over the past time, but obviously a few different communities joining us for this one, which is always nice. It's nice to mix up different drivers which you haven't raced against recently. Just having a question here, any GT3s? It's nothing that we've actually used for this Race of Nations. Normally we choose a car that's kind of not commonly used throughout racing different championships and stuff. We always know there's a lot of GT3 championships running through every different community. So it's just something that we kind of look at, choose a random car, and maybe something that hasn't suited to everyone. You'll see in the next race, the actual Intercommunity race, it is something that's, you know, a little bit different. I'm not going to announce it yet until Kyle puts it on the stream. So yeah, it's just something that we've enjoyed doing in the past. And as I was saying, it's nice to race against people that we've never raced against before. We're all racers. This is what we do, and sometimes I'm not going to say you get bored racing against the same people, but you know who your fast ones are, who your midfield are. I class myself as a midfield racer myself, and sometimes in certain races I found myself in a lot of air where you don't actually have much physical racing against each other. See some of the other guys joining for this one. As I say, that was more of a team kind of event based, representing different countries. The next one, Intercommunity, is going to be very interesting. Looking forward to this one. Just looking back on some of the results from that, but you can see. I know some of the most of the guys from the community that I race against, Dusty, Kenny, and Berries. They're always quick, charted. Someone I've never raced against, but he looked very quick in them cars, which was nice to see. Had a smooth driving style. So I'm sure he's going to be one that's going to be quick in the next cars. Tarmac, I've never raced against him before. He looked very competent of controlling a car. As I say, little bits of contact and stuff can slow drivers down. Putting that mix of different level of drivers' capabilities out on the track. It's a random unknown when you get different people on. Very interesting. So, as I say, I'm not very good at waffling on, but doing a pretty good job. So I hope you guys are going to stick around on the stream to support your communities which you're in. I think we've got Flux Motorsport, Marmite Racing Community, and ourselves. I think there was another community that was going to be involved, but unfortunately they couldn't make it for tonight's event. I think looking at it, there's quite a few there on track, so it should throw up some very... another question there. No, it's not just Rallycross. As you'll see on the... I'm going to say that on the next race is not Rallycross based. That was a car choice that we thought in circuit mode. That was in circuit mode, so it's a loose car on circuit mode, but I think they're very fun and very evenly matched. Obviously using a standard setup right across the board so no one can tune. Yeah, we can see there Flux Motorsport getting a cheer. Hopefully them guys, they can do well. Someone that I've never raced against. Recently learnt about them, so it was good to learn about the different communities. Any viewers there watching for the Marmite Racing Community? Give us a shout if you have. Obviously, I think everyone on the racing side of it definitely knows of Motormouth. Met him a couple of times at Go Berries. Cheering on them, yeah. Flux Motorsport, yeah. Car choice not being revealed as yet, so bear with us. A lot of technicalities of organising a lot of people. A lot of times we've had technicalities of clashing and stuff, but tonight seems to be very stable. Good. Good luck, boys. Make it into turn 1, but send it into turn 2. I like that. Turn 1 can always be very tricky, and you'll find a lot of people. That's where a lot of carnage can happen. But yeah, send it into turn 2. That's when people probably aren't expecting it the most. So, good comment there. Enjoying that. Sometimes I do wish I was in a car, but me and K9 decided to do a little bit of commentary and stream for it. Hope it not too annoying for these people that don't normally listen to us. Try and relay information, something that we've never really thought we would fill this position. I just think sometimes it's very interesting, you know, to have someone waffling on that. Is there a ramp in the road? If so, jump it. Commentary sounds brilliant, so thanks very much there, JNL. Yeah, I mean, just going back to that ramp in the road, jump it. And them pro trucks, I don't know if anybody's watched them before. That's something that we're very keen if a decent pro truck came on. That would be awesome, that would. Sorry for the delay there, viewers. Obviously we haven't even revealed the car choice or the track yet that is next to be raced on. Hopefully it won't take too long. See Lecky just joining there. There's another name that I recognise. For the newly formed Flux. So yeah, there's the car choice for tonight. So hopefully not many people have used them, but definitely a nice car. We had some testing with it last night. Very fun to drive. I believe that is the road version. K9 he should be joining us shortly. He's just sorting out team colours, so you know which community is in which car. And I think, yeah, race base. I know that for sure is in the white, mainly white bodied with the, I think it's red stripe on it. Flux Motorsport they're in the bright orange to represent the orange that you have. Marmite Racing, Motormouth, yellow. I think that's the 3 colours that you need to know. Scroll down, see what else we got. Hopefully, hopefully them cars won't take off, but you never know, do you, with so many cars out on track. A little bit of contacts and stuff. That's normally my game. I normally end up barrel rolling down this corner or something after a bit of contact, but save that for another day. Yeah, and the course is a Ashenleben A course. Interesting track. It's a nice flowing track. I've always enjoyed that one myself, so hopefully everyone else will be up to speed with it. The weather I can tell you is set for clear, so yeah, no rain forecast for these boys. I think there's enough going on there. The car does move around a little bit, and I think what with the factor of so many different people not commonly racing together, braking points and stuff like that, you can it's a big factor to kind of keep it as a level playing field as much as you can.
All right, guys.
K9, you're back.
I'm back. You thought I'd left you forever.
Yeah, I was waffling on. I ran out of things to waffle on. But,
I had a nap. I was sleeping. But, yeah, no, we're back into it. All the guys are in their cars. We got everyone. I see Matt Sutsi's dropped out, so Roy or Rock will take his place. So we got 4 on each team, and we are ready to go.
Excellent. Yeah. So I've explained the colours for the different communities, so hopefully the viewers can identify.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. It's all our community colours. Everyone represents their community. Alright, so we're loading in. We can see the track is different. Same track actually, just a different layout. We are on the A course now. We were on the C course. This is the full layout. I don't know, this track, we've used it a few times in our series. It's not very popular amongst the people that I've seen race online. It's not always the first one that comes to mind, so it's nice to see guys trying out tracks that they maybe wouldn't normally use, and I think it'll be nice to see some of the guys in a car they wouldn't normally use. We had some fun with these yesterday when we ran a practice, myself and Mark, when we were just making sure everything was working, and they were good fun. So I'm expecting some good battles here from better drivers than myself.
Yeah, even me and you were pretty close on track, and we were only 2 cars, so
yeah, so it should be good. So we can see we got one of the race space guys up front. That looks like Kenny, so great start there for him. Uncharted, he was really good in those races we just saw before. He is in the Marmite community, representing Marmite there in that yellow car with the red and black on it. 3rd place is Murphy. He is Flux in the tangerine colored car. We got Rock in race space in 4th. Rainmeister for Marmite in 5th. The console for Flux in 6th. They're off. Great start there from Rock, I think.
A little bit of contact.
Ooh, some chaos there. Not so good for Rock anymore. They flipped over. They're all on their wheels though.
Everyone's back on the wheels.
That is a brutal start for some of the guys, but Uncharted there, he gets away. But he runs it a bit wide there, so Murphy will take him up the inside. So Murphy for Flux leading this race right now with Marmite Uncharted right behind him. Berries is up into 3rd, so he got through the carnage mostly untouched, I think. So we've got a race space up there. We've got 4th place, another Flux 5th. We have another Flux car there. Dusty in 6th. His car doesn't look too battered either. He just probably got slowed down a bit with what happened there. A little bit of a scratch there on the side. So let's see. We got quite a mix here up front, I think. I think that start worked out for Uncharted. He is doing a good job at the moment. Just runs it wide though again. Murphy going for a move now.
It's free at Brest.
3 cars wide. Barry's up the inside for race pace. Murphy runs it wide into the gravel. So Murphy drops back now. So NRP for Flux takes over in the top 3. Barry spins,
yeah.
Barry's is down into 6th place. He still needs to re-enter the track, so not good for him. Dusty in 5th place. I think Dusty might have a little bit of damage there. His car isn't looking 100%, but he is in 4th place for now. You can see a lot of tangerine color cars there up front, so we got a lot of the Flux guys there. He's being led by Marmite, who runs wide. He just goes straight through there. Turns just slow you down anyway.
I think, is that Lecky's coming up on the outside of him now?
It's Lecky with his lights on there.
Yeah.
He goes around. He is in 1st. We got NRP up into 2nd. So the 2 Flux cars out in front. Dusty is in 4th now. He might make a move here now. I think he does. He is up into 3rd. So great show there from Dusty. Murphy has dropped into 5th place. Barry's, remember, with that spin, he's in 6th. Kenny Shep in 7th with he was I think he spun. He might have flipped off that start, so he might have some serious damage, Kenny. Motormouth in no man's land there. A lot of guys in the pits there. You can see Rainmeister, Tarmac. They are the Marmite community. One of the Flux guys, Consul, and Rock also in the pits for race space. So a lot of the guys went in the pits, they lost their wings, so just playing it safe, going and getting their cars sorted.
Lecky there, looking strong. He's got his lights on. He means business, doesn't he?
You can see where he's going, obviously.
Yeah.
It's obviously a lot darker than what we thought. But he's pulled a gap there. It's a nice one. He's looking confident in those cars.
Yeah. You got Dusty making a move, I think, in the background, but just on the outside, and then.
But a Marmite guy goes up the inside there as well. So good fight there from Uncharted and Dusty, fighting at the moment for 3rd place. Remember, none of these guys were able to do setups, so everybody on a default here. Everyone has to adjust their style to suit the car, not the other way around. Murphy in 5th. You can see Barry's chasing him down there in 6th. So it is still a good battle here for the top 3 positions. You can see Dusty is back in 3rd and chasing down NRP.
Still, what's that? Top 4 cars. They've got a little bit of room between them now, but all settled into a nice rhythm and look very familiarised.
Starting to look a bit more comfortable now with the cars.
Yeah.
Uncharted there, just dropping slightly off the back of Dusty. We know they were very close earlier, but Dusty getting closer to NRP now. So the fight is on for 2nd. Lecky, I don't know if that gap's getting bigger, but he's looking very comfortable at the moment.
Yeah, it definitely is. I think more guys need to put the
lights
now
on. With Murphy catching up to the back of Berries, or did Berries overtake him?
I think Berries has overtook him, yeah.
Berries has overtaken him.
Yeah.
Berries up into 5th place now. Remember, Kenny actually had a big crash. He was clipped on that start, so he might have a lot of damage. He might have just stayed out on track instead of pitting, so he might be struggling right now.
You're probably right there, because just looking at lap times, most people are breaking in 135s. There's a couple of guys on 136s, 137s. There seem to be the top running guys, but Dusty just gets the tail out.
Dusty has overtaken NRP now, so he is in second place. So the hunt is on now. We're on lap 4 of 18, and Dusty, well, NRP there, he's not letting the position go too easy. He is going to put on up a fight here. But while that's happening, Uncharted also getting on the back of those guys. So the fight is on for second place here.
And I think Berries is catching them quite a little bit each lap.
Berries is definitely, I mean, with his gap and everything, he's probably in the next few corners going to be fully on the back of those guys. So yeah, it's a big battle here with the top 5. A lot of potential position changes here. I think there we can see Berries is right on the back of those two now for fighting for third place. Dusty's pulled a little bit of a gap now. He is a little bit safer in second.
Berries making a move there up the inside of Uncharted.
And he does, so he's up into fourth place. Good job from him. The fight is on.
I think Dusty's onto the back of Lecky as well, really.
He is. So I don't know if Lecky maybe made a mistake, because Lecky was with a bit of a comfortable lead earlier. Let's see what happens here. There's some battles going on at the back as well. There's battles everywhere here tonight. It's tough to decide which is the better one.
You could do with a split screen, viewing, so we
need like six screens or something.
Trying to have a look further back with like time.
Yeah, let's take a look. Kenny is actually on the back of Murphy now, so he's done a good job there with what we think might be a bit of damage to catch up to Murphy. And a big battle here at the back for 9th place. We got Rainmeister right on the back of his teammate Tarmac there, and the Consul from Flux in 11th right on the back of Rainmeister. So even for 9th place, the battle is intense right now.
That's Rainmeister gone out wide.
Rainmeister ran it wide, so he's just dropped into 11th. But look at that, all the cars almost on the screen for the top 5 cars.
Yeah, all grouped together now, aren't they? And Dusty having a look up the inside.
Dusty goes for a move here. He is up the inside, and a good move there, but they're still side by side. He hasn't overtaken him yet.
Lecky got a better run out that corner.
So Lecky managing to hold off Dusty for now. Berries is in 3rd place. Uncharted now in 4th. NRP in 5th. So great battle from these guys. Maybe those lights are just helping Lecky. He's got a boost on there somehow.
Just seems to go
he
down
messed
the tight
that up
line
a little bit. So
yeah,
Dusty with a better run through that section. He's into 1st now with Berries right on the back of Lecky.
Lecky getting a better run out of that corner.
He's on the inside here, but Berries around the outside. So what is going to happen here? He cuts back on the inside, and Berries is through. No, side by side. No, he is just by a nose hair. Now he takes him on the straight, so Dusty and Berries are 1 and 2 now, but Lecky going to look for a move here, I think.
This is not over
work
yet.
For him. Uncharted runs it wide again. He doesn't make it around that corner. He's struggled. I'm sure it was him earlier that did that same thing. He's just struggling with his braking point, I think.
Yeah, on the heavy braking at the end of that straight. Catches a few people out. It's allowing NRP to, should we say, hound the back of it. Uncharted
he just runs it wide there. So NRP, I think, desperately looking for a way through. He just can't find one. What's happening here for 10th place? It looked like there was a battle going on, but I think it might have been a spin. the cars have broken away from each other here at the back, so not as much of an intense battle at the back anymore. But the fight here between Berries and Dusty, first and second, they're pulling away now. Lecky just dropped off a little bit. I mean, at this point, I wonder if maybe they're starting to struggle a bit more with tyre management.
Yeah, quite possibly. I mean, I don't think we were struggling too much last night. I was keeping tyre temper and wear was seeming pretty stable into the race, but
I suppose it's also how hard you've been pushing and everything.
Yeah.
I don't know what our sort of lap times were exactly when we just did our test run, but I'm sure some of these guys, I know Dusty and Berries will be a lot faster than what I can do.
Yeah, I'd agree with you on that. I was.
You can just see Uncharted did the same again. He's struggling on that break point. We'll watch him on the next run.
He's gone out wide
You can
there.
see Lecky ran it wide there. So Lecky also starting to struggle now because Uncharted right on the back of him. Allowing the two race space guys up front to get a bit of a gap now. NRP still struggling to get past Uncharted. Kenny, what was happening with Kenny earlier? He's been in no man's land a while. I think he's one of the guys that picked up damage but just didn't pit. I think that's what separated him from everybody. I don't think he had enough damage to lose his wing like some of the guys did, but I think it is significantly making him a bit slower. Because Kenny, usually in any car you put him in, he'll be as quick as Berries or Dusty. You can see Murphy there. He is
not too far off the back of Kenny, is he? He's
yeah, he's not that much slower. I mean, the gap's not that big. Just a small mistake from Kenny and he will be on the back of him again. See how Motormouth is doing there. He is the captain for Marmite. It's a nice color car, that one. I really like it. Don't know about you guys. Anyone watching the stream, you want to say which is your favorite looking livery? You can.
I was going to say, we're getting quite a few shout-outs, different, lot for Flux and for Lecky and Murphy, telling them to keep it on the black stuff. It's, yeah.
The console's car there, I don't know, it looks a bit bent. Just looking at the side of it, I'm not sure if it looks like he might have hit something quite hard there.
Rainmeister is a pack here.
Also got some battle scars on his car.
Are them the leaders coming past?
Battle here. Oh, it is the leaders. They're coming to lap here. And it's two Marmite guys there, so the race space guys on their way through. Let's see if they get past okay. Past the first one.
Yeah, Rainmeister just running out wide, getting off the racing line, I think, there to let them by.
And they are through. So we can just see in the background there comes NRP and Lecky, I think. The two Flux Motorsport drivers in their Tangerine cars. Nice and easy to pick out these liveries, very different.
It's definitely a colour as well that kind of suits the car. It's anything like radical. I would definitely put it on a bright colour.
Definitely, they work well with these cars.
We're on lap 10 now, so
those cars are quite fitting as well. Obviously, both of those communities are based in the UK. They have members from other countries, I'm pretty sure, but based in the UK with their UK flags on the back, on the wing.
Yeah.
Marmite and Flux cars. Our race space one does not have a British flag on the back wing, but we are based in South Africa. Lots of members from all over, but we started in South Africa. Been running for about It's about 5 or 6 years now. It's just starting to lose track. I've run out of fingers to count on one hand.
I think Berries is looking for a move on Dusty.
He is. Berries is definitely not sleeping here. He is still pushing.
He's got his lights on now. He's
since he turned his lights on. Those lights they add that extra bit of energy for some reason. You would think the car would be a bit slower. It's just using some of that power. And I think NRP also getting on the back of Lecky now. So
Lecky does seem to be struggling a little bit now the race has evolved. He's
a little bit more than he was in the beginning, definitely.
Yeah.
Remember, Uncharted was actually ahead of NRP, so he's dropped back behind Kenny. Kenny up into 5th. So Kenny doing a good job to just soldier on here.
Oh, somebody's had a spin there.
I think it's a back marker though, doesn't it? It's Rainmeister.
Yeah.
So that is unfortunate for him. He's been struggling. We saw him in the pits earlier. He obviously got a lot of damage off the start line. I think a lot of the guys from about 7th onwards went into the pits. But a good battle here from these two Flux Motorsport drivers here for 3rd at the moment.
I suppose you got the added pressure as well with it being Intercommunity when you're racing with a community member. The last thing you want to do is...
One of the guys on YouTube, he says the lights are fan boost. That's a good one. I like that one. Okay, so... what were you saying? I cut you off there.
I was just saying, like, some of the community members racing against each other, the last thing you want to do is... like get
just take out your own guy.
Yeah.
But we can see NRP is through there. I was reading the comment and I missed it. So Lecky might have spun. I didn't see. I was just checking my tablet here to the side. But we can see he is struggling a lot because Kenny is on the back of him now.
Yeah.
His car is looking very twitchy in some of these corners. Like it could be down to tire management now.
Could be, couldn't it? The different driving styles and. It just, you heat up your tyres and you lose a lot of grip there. Kenny looking on the outside, but backing out of it.
It also looks like Lecky might have turned his lights off. That might be the reason. No more fan boost. Ooh, and he runs off track there, so that's going to allow Kenny up into 4th place. So NRP now is in a comfortable 3rd. He's coming up on what looks like some back markers there. At the moment, Barry's still battling with Dusty there. Like we said earlier, you don't want to take out your own teammate, but at the same time you still want to win. So let's see what happens. So as it stands, we have Dusty from Race Space winning, Berries from Race Space in 2nd, NRP from Flux in 3rd, Kenny from Race Space in 4th, Lecky from Flux in 5th, Uncharted from Marmite, he is in 6th place, Murphy from Flux is in 7th, the Consul from Flux is in 8th, Motormouth from Marmite is in 9th, Tarmac from Marmite is in 10th, Rainmeister from Marmite is in 11th, and Rock from Race Space in 12th. Ooh, was it Berries? Berries is through. He looked like he ran it wide there as we went, so a few mistakes being made here by these two guys. I think they're just pushing a little too hard now, and NRP actually looks like he's... Is it NRP or did they lap somebody? Because there is an orange car right behind them, but I don't think it's NRP.
No, they've lapped...
Okay, so they're lucky they've got a bit of a gap there, but looks like a few mistakes being made now as they push hard, but Berries is through. Berries is leading the race. So good job from him to get through. NRP sort of in a no man's land here. He's just got to work his way through a few of the back markers. Kenny just soldiering on here. He, I think, soldiering with what I'm pretty sure, we're assuming, we can't see, but he's picked up some damage, I think, off that start and just soldiered on. And it's worked out for him. You can just see Lecky going past one of the Marmite cars spinning off there. So Lecky struggling a bit here. He was off to a great start. Not sure what's going on with him. I think that's Uncharted coming up on the back of him as well. So we might have a fight here very soon for 5th place.
Oh, Uncharted just lights it up coming out of that corner. Can he hold it?
Is he going to save it? Is he going to?
Good,
He does.
well
He saves
done,
it.
lad. Well done.
Good recovery there. That's
he's definitely got a sweat on in that car after that moment, hasn't he?
That deserves a cheer. Anyone watching the stream, you give a shout out there to Uncharted. Good save.
Lap 14
Murphy there
now.
in 7th. He's looking quite smooth there. 8th for the console. Motor mouth there. Also sort of in no man's land. Quite spaced out at the back here. To be honest, even in the front, I think it's starting to get spaced out. We can see Berries with quite a lead now on Dusty. It might be like we saw earlier with Lecky. Maybe Dusty was just pushing a bit too hard. Maybe just struggling a bit now to manage the car for the last few laps. But they're looking good. If these two guys just keep it under control, I think they have enough time now to work with.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Just a message on YouTube now, Uncharted with the catch of the day. I would definitely agree with that. It was definitely a save.
Definitely catch of the day. That was a save of note. Save of epic proportions. But NRP looking pretty good here. He's had a decent run.
Kenny's not too far away from him. I think was there a few laps remaining.
I think he is definitely catching, but I don't know if it's enough. I mean, NRP is going to have to make a few mistakes if Kenny is hoping to get through here.
Yeah, I can see on the lap time, Kenny took 2 seconds. Well, near enough 2 seconds out of him on the last lap. So whether he had a little overcorrection or slight mistake, just drop him a little bit of time. See, his car seems to be moving around, accelerating out of the bends.
He does. It's almost like what's happening with Lecky when we see Lecky in the corners. We're just struggling a bit more now in some of these turns. See how they break into this one. It's always a tough corner. Gets around it okay there. But you might be right. I think Kenny is closing that gap ever so slightly. He is. Yeah. He's getting that caution sign on my screen now, which informs me there's a battle about to happen. Also a battle for 10th place. It's Tarmac versus Motormouth, the two Marmite guys. So let's see what they can do. There's 3 Marmite guys there. I think they just like to keep all their cars on one screen. We have lost a driver. I'm not sure who it is. Let's take a look here. I think it's Rock. We've lost Rock.
Yeah. Last time we saw him, he had a lot of damage on his car, didn't he?
So Berries now goes over the line. He will be going on to the 17th lap of tonight. 18 laps total, so it's only got 2 more laps now.
Yeah, I think some of the guys just pointed out that Dusty had dropped into the 131s, but Berries has just reacted to that and done a 131 himself. So I think them guys super fast, but I think Berries can match Dusty's pace, can't he?
I think he can. I think obviously Berry's had that trouble on the start as well. He was slowed down a bit. I think Dusty a little less trouble, but obviously still trouble. But both of them doing a great job there to fight their way back into the lead. And yeah, I don't know. Berry's just sort of at the moment pulled a big enough gap now to not be under any pressure from Dusty. So
this is
we'll
going
see
to
how that develops.
Kenny and NRP. This is going to be a last lap battle, I reckon.
Definitely, these guys will be taking third place and right up to that finish line. Some very good racing here tonight. I'm pretty impressed, I must say.
Nice to see.
Considering that nobody knew the cars, nobody knew the track, they've done pretty well.
And difference in race styles between people that don't know each other. You know, it's a big factor, isn't it, to throw into one race? And Kenny just having a look, I think, keeping a tighter line, but
this is going to go down as one of the best battles of the night, I think.
NRP, can he handle the pressure? It adds a lot of pressure. He's just a little breaking up.
Heavy on the brakes there, but
perfect
still
into that corner.
Through that section. So this is it. Is Kenny going to push now?
Run out wide. Kenny ran out wide and dropped a little bit of time now.
Just dropped the pressure now on NRP, so he just needs to keep himself calm, and he is looking like he could take the third place here tonight. Just take a quick look at the leaders on this final lap. Berries with still quite a large gap there on Dusty. I wouldn't say, I mean, unless Berries makes a mistake here, he's not going to lose it there. So
no.
I would say Dusty at the moment probably isn't pushing his hardest. He could calm down now, just take the second. But saying that, look how he looks like he's pushing now.
Commentator's curse, mate. Commentator's curse. Well, yeah, Berries takes a win there.
Berries is done already. He's backwards over the line. Dusty in second. Third place is going down to the line because Kenny is right up there on the back of NRP again. But I think he's done enough.
It's going to be a fight coming out of this last corner. The run to the line, can he just
up the inside, but he gets a bit of a slide there, and NRP with a better drive out of that corner is in third. Kenny finishes in fourth. Lecky now will come around. He had a mega start in this race, but just started struggling as the race progressed. He will go over, I think, in fifth place. He crosses the line now in fifth. Murphy for Flux as well. He's coming around that last few turns. Over the line he goes now in sixth place. So good job from him. All these guys, did they finish already?
I think, yeah, they must have gone over the line.
Seventh is Uncharted. Eighth, the Console. Motormouth in ninth. They're all the Marmite guys pulling up next to each other. You can see all four of them there doing a good drive down the main straight.
Yeah, nice
United
shot,
front. So that was a pretty awesome evening of racing, if I do say so myself. I enjoyed that a lot. Tons of action.
Yeah,
I hope everybody else enjoyed.
Definitely some good racing there. So enjoyable to watch and commentate on.
Yeah, so the points, it works F1 style points. I don't know if my maths is on point enough to do it all now for the stream, but we will put up the points on our server. If you guys want to check out the points, sure your captains for your communities will let you know once the points are up if you were watching from your community. But yeah, guys, that was very enjoyable, and we hope to race with everyone again at some point in the not too distant future.
Yeah, definitely. It was interesting, and it just shows that communities can come together and have some very,
Put on a
very,
good show.
yeah, very close racing. Very impressive to watch, Howard.
So there was what did they say? Who was the one who got the good recovery, the best?
Uncharted, I think it was.
Yes, it was Uncharted. He recovered the best. I think earlier tonight we had the best full send, probably Matsutsi.
Yep.
I'd give him the best full send. And biggest idiot, we don't give that award here. That's for me.
You can have biggest idiot, and I'll have biggest waffler. I was waffling on there.
Yeah, waffler for the interim between the events. But thanks for watching, guys. I enjoyed it. You can catch us on Wednesday night for Rallycross on Dirt Rally 2. I think we're doing then. I'm sure we are.
Yep.
I think it's Yas Marina. And I'm pretty sure you can catch these other communities doing their things on other nights. I'm not exactly sure. Everyone is running a lot of stuff at the moment. But glad to have been able to race with everyone and manage to get everyone into one lobby tonight. So good job. Thanks for joining, everyone. Thoroughly enjoyed it. And we will see you next time.
Thank you.
Cheers,
see you
everyone.
later.
Good night.